reportedly committed by a Memphis area pastor. I want you to take a look because you may recognize this man, who we reported is accused of raping and stabbing his neighbor, then pouring bug spray down her throat. Several residents nearby identified him to Local 24 News as a minister, and Local 24 News reporter Rebecca Butcher, she's been on this story all day. She joins us live in the studio with what she's learned. Rebecca, break it all down.
Well, Katina, a neighbor who declined to speak on camera confirmed that she's seen Norman Hudson several times. She's shaken up that someone living just across the street from her is now facing an attempted murder charge.
Here in Grahamwood, a quiet area, according to residents, the unthinkable happened. Memphis police say 58-year-old Norman Hudson forced himself into his next-door neighbor's home, grabbed a knife, then raped and stabbed her. Investigators say he also poured roach spray down her throat. An affidavit says Hudson then stole her bank card and PIN, taking money from her account. When we went to his home today, no one answered the door, but a woman across the street has seen Hudson often, identifying him as the same Norman Hudson who pastors Do You Believe outreach ministry. She's seen Hudson in a suit carrying his Bible and never expected him to snap. We spoke to one woman off camera. She says she's sickened by the allegations against Pastor Norman. She's been to his church before, but said there haven't been any services for the past 2 Sundays. And Hudson has a laundry list of charges dating back to the 90s for passing bad checks, assault, and especially aggravated robbery.
Yeah, and the victim had to have surgery for stab wounds so severe they exposed part of her larynx. Hudson was arraigned in court today. He's held on a $500,000 bond. In the studio tonight, Rebecca.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rechal Hakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Also, a sincere shalom to you other Akim, you elders, you brothers, shaloms to you as well. I want to go in this video here, just another second edition on these pastors. Okay, so, you know, the Spirit had me go here on this again, that I could see that the this pastor who had broke in his one of his people's I don't know what you call them. He broke in one of the his congregation, if you want to say that, broke into the house, grabbed a knife and sliced her throat, took a bank card. So you see now that a lot of you women that was in these Christian churches and you put forward a lot of your money in these churches, and now as you see society has changed, you know, I have no idea what happened with this woman, and it came to this pastor that made him that angry that he wanted to kick in the woman's door, pull out a knife, rape her, slice her throat, and take her money. All I can say is there's a lot of demons in those churches. And let's get it straight. It's not him. She had to be a partaker of that demonic activity. Of all people, he goes kicking her door and take the knife. So there was clearly something may have been going on with them. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. My whole point of this video is to show you that the church has not only become wicked, it has been wicked. And if you're in those Christian churches, you have to get out of those churches. Right? And another thing I noticed is that they only gave him a $500,000 bond. So maybe his God was on his side. So he didn't really get a high bail for that. But this is dangerous Christianity. And why does anybody want to be in a Christian church now? Story after story, people are getting shot, raped, molested, mugged, beat down, yelled at. They're bringing guns into the church. I mean, the church has become like the inner city street. Well, hell, that's what they're posted up on. So why would you expect any different? Okay? So again, I just do this short video. Jeremiah 5:28, it says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth a snare. They set up a trap. They catch men." And this is what they've done. This is what the rulers of darkness has done. They managed to set up these churches as a snare and a trap. And when you check in, your spirit don't check out. You know, you become enchanted by the Christian way, and it's because of the full of lies and robbery. It's because of white Jesus set up, right? It's because of that white Jesus is set up, and it's because we're the lovers of our enemies and our oppressors. And these pastors and popes, preachers, has been set up to further oppress you. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. And the frustration of these pastors is happening because the church is losing money. He might have been mad at the woman because she didn't put up her stimulus check. She might not have had enough money. The money she would normally pay, she probably didn't. And really, church is big business. And this is why us being Hebrew Israelites is becoming a really big issue for these churches. Because people are now making a transition over to the Bible being taught correctly. But we see that there's an issue because now you see the preachers are all of a sudden sitting down doing these big classes, learning from the Israelites, putting it together, but then they spin around and create their own they create their own doctrine, so to speak. And they'll make it up the way they want to make it up. Then they'll go to the history of Daniel and the Bible, the Persians and the Medes. They'll go into all the history now. But they're reading from us. They're learning from us. And then all of a sudden, they now have the truth. But when we had Bible study as children, the only thing they made us do was paint white Jesus. Color him in, show him floating on the clouds with the sandals and a bed sheet. That's all they did for us. Why didn't they teach us biblical history? Why didn't they teach us about all the histories and the cities of the Bible, the ancient ancestry? They're not going to tell us we Israelites, but why didn't they teach us, biblical knowledge of the Bible? Somewhat. They never even did that. Somewhat. You would think they would have taught us something. I didn't know about anything till I left the Christian church. They didn't go into the Joshua, the book of Kings. They didn't even go into Genesis, except the first chapter. And then they told us it was a fruit, an apple. Eve bit the apple or something, and then you picture a big snake. But that's the Christian church. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. That's why these pastors are so quick to get these vulnerable young women and take them and molest them, or go kicking their doors, knowing that they don't have no husband there. They'll just kick in their doors and rape them. Just madmen. The Most High is doing this. The Most High is putting the spirit on these crazed pastors, right? It says, shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged such a nation as this? This is why we all in the curse, man. And the only way we're going to start healing as a people, well, we say the elect, but as a people, as Israelites, you got to come out of those Christian churches. Those Christian churches hasn't done a damn thing for you, man. They're wicked. They're pure wicked. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that to show you that the Christian church hasn't done us any form of justice, hasn't done us any good. Now you are the bigger threat, as a Christian. But if something happened dealing with a Hebrew Israelite, it's all over CBS News, these big news outlets. Why isn't this on one of them big news outlets that covers the whole country? and give it to these private news stations. Say, you deal with it. And when we're done with it, we pass it on to the other little news station. But that won't make a big CNN headline about the Christian church. You know why? Because they want you to stay stuck in Christianity. Well, the elites is going to try to do away with the Bible altogether. You know? So you see a whole, platform changing. Okay? And rightfully so. It's time for the Christian church to be brought low. Especially that black Christian church. They follow no laws of the Bible. They have no mercy. And they have no faith. They don't do anything right according to the scriptures. Except they do praise, but they praise a white Jesus. That's all I have on that. Shalom.